So which one is correct?
C.
C is correct. Let's see. You got it correct. Oh, wait. So that. Everyone's okay with that? See, this 56 will be recognized because it vests in 1 year, right? So all the 56 will be recognized in 2016. Okay. And then for this 96, for this $96,000, because vested in 2 years, that's why you divide by 2. That's how we got 48 and 48, right? And for this 240,000, it will be vested in 3 years. That's why divide by 3. That's how we get 80, 80, 80s. So that's why 2007, you add together, that's going to be 128. Any question on?
So how to know the number of vesting?
Number of
Explain this
vesting?
part again.
How to get those numbers?
The from the 2016. So how can you get the number from the vesting?
It said 20%. Total is 40,000.
Not this part. The downstairs the explanation. So 56, 48, and 80. How to get this number again?
56 is this 56.
So the
40,
first year.
48 is 96 divided by 2 because it vesting in 2 years. That's why each year you're going to recognize 48. And that 80 is divided, this 240 divided by 3. Because it vesting in 3 years, you're going to allocate over 3 years. That's how we get 80, 80, 80.
Okay.
That makes sense? Any other question? Any other question? So you go. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Are the journal entries the same as the?
Yeah. It's still the same. Yeah. A journal entry is just the same. Okay. Yeah. So here just the amount, the calculation.
Paid in capital stock options.
Yeah. You still have that. You debit compensation expense. You credit paying capital stock options. Yes. For each year. Okay.
And Professor.
Yes.
And if go back to the example,
okay,
and also that one is 3 year, but how can we get the number of vesting 2, 3, 5? This one I got start when I do the Excel.
you mean those 3 numbers?
Yes.
Oh, those 3 numbers is because of this. Okay. Remember, 20% total is 10 millions. Okay.
Oh, okay.
20% times 10. That's why I got 2 millions.
Okay.
We follow exactly the same logic. This question and with the question with the example.
Oh.
Okay.
The example should be.
Example is 40,000 shares. That's why 20% times 40,000, you got 8,000. 30% times 40,000, you got 12,000. 50% times 40,000, you got 20,000. That's exactly the same.
So then the number of vesting should be 96 divided by 8. Is that correct? Why is divided by 2?
96 divided by 8. What do you mean divided by 8?
So because this the 8,000, 12,000, 20,000, that would be the number of vesting. Is that right?
Number of shares. That's the number of shares will be vested. So you want to know what is the value of those 8,000 shares. That's how we need to estimate $7 per share. This is 8,000 shares. So what's the total value? So that's why 7 times 8,000. That's how we got 56. So 56 is the total value. That will be our compensation expense, total compensation expense. And for this system, the group 1, the whole amount will be vested in 1 year. That's why the whole 56 will be recognized as expense in 2016.
Okay.
like this. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any other question about this? Okay, if not, let's move on. Okay, so we the stock option plan, sometimes they add some conditions. Okay, they add some conditions for the stock option plan. For example, they add some performance condition or market conditions. Okay, so the example of a performance condition is, for example, the old CEO, CFO, they have the condition to receive those stock options. So the condition, for example, like the uh, the our total sales gonna be $1 billion. If our total sales revenue reaches $1 billion, then they're gonna receive those stock options. Okay, so that's kind of like that's we call the performance conditions. And another type of condition is called a market condition. Market condition, like if our stock price, okay, stock price up and down in the stock market, right? So if our stock price reaches like $100 per share, then those CEO, CFO are gonna receive the stock options. Okay, so those kind of conditions. So how to deal with those situations? Okay, if this is a performance condition, the first condition, if this is a performance condition, then you have to wait until you believe very likely that condition gonna be achieved. Okay, we're gonna achieve this condition. Very likely we're going to achieve this condition. Then you're going to recognize these stock options. Okay, you're going to recognize the competition expense. Okay, or not. If not, then you don't recognize competition expense. Okay, with the performance condition. How about the market condition? Market condition, we don't. Market condition, basically when we calculate, when we use the stock option, the pricing models. Okay, remember that we use pricing model to estimate the value, right, for each stock options. So when we estimate, we already consider the market conditions. We already consider, the stock price. So if it's a market-based condition, we don't need to do anything. Okay, we just follow whatever we learned so far. Okay, so those are two situations, two kind of conditions. That makes sense, everyone? Stock option plans. Okay, so now we're done with the stock options. So we finished the stock awards, right? We give employees stock. The second compensation plan is we give them stock options to purchase our stock. Okay, with a specific price. So then this is the third compensation plan. Okay, third compensation plan. This is also very popular right now. Okay, a lot of companies have this plan. This is called an employee share purchase plan. So employee can purchase the company's stock with discount. Okay, with discount. So this plan allow employee to purchase with discount. Okay, so we have to think about, are we gonna consider this as the compensation expense or not? Okay, so remember, if they give them discount, okay, so employee purchase their own company stock with discount, right? Company gonna get, let's say, the stock price is, this is a public traded company. The stock price on the stock market right now is $100, right? But if employee purchase, from their own company, so then they can only pay $80. Then company gonna give them one share. You can see the difference, right? Difference between 80 and 100 is $20. $20 is so-called discount. So why employee receive discount? Because they work for the company, right? Because they work for the company. So this is, this 20% discount is another type of compensation, right? It's another type of compensation. We should call that compensation expense. Okay, and then the most important here is to remember So the discount has to be greater than 5%. Okay, if discount is 5% or less than 5%, we say that's okay. We don't count it as a competition expense. Okay, it has to be greater than 5%. So if less than 5%, we call that non-compensatory. Okay, so if it's non-compensatory, so then you just recognize regularly. Okay, we don't recognize competition expense. Okay, it has to be greater than 5%. Okay, the example like this: an employee buys shares from the company. This is non-par value shares under the plan. So the discount is 15%. Those share price on the current market is $1,000, but because the employee they purchase at 15% discount. Okay, 15% discount. So how much they pay? They only pay $850, right? They only paid $850. Okay, so 15% of 150 is the discount. Okay, so that's why this is a journal. Okay, so the discount here, $150, will be recognized as competition expense. Okay, and we only receive $850 from the employee, right? So we receive $850 cash from employee, and then we issue stock. Okay, so the whole stock total paid-in capital should be the total here, right? Should be $1,000.
So if the discount was less than 5%, what would it be recorded as?
If the discount is less than 5, let's say the same thing here, right? So this discount is not a 15, it's only 5%. Okay, then we don't recognize. Remember, this is non-compensatory, right? So we don't recognize competition expense. So that's why we don't have this. Okay, how much we actually received as company? We received $950. Is that right? We debit cash for $950. We credit common stock for $950, and that's it. That makes sense.
Is it 5% or less, or is it less than 5%?
5% or less.
Got it.
Yeah. So if including 5%. Okay.
So it means when they equal 5% or less than 5%, then the compensation expenses will be removed. Only
Yeah, we don't recognize competition.
Okay.
Okay, we don't recognize competition expense. Okay, if it's 5% or less than 5%. Okay, that makes sense, everyone?
Would the journal entry for the common stock be different if it had a par value?
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Then
Yeah, we learned that in chapter 18. So in this situation, we only have, this is no par value. That's why we don't separate. Everything gonna go to common stock. If we have par value, then you separate, right?
then there would be excess of par.
Yeah, you have, yes.
Okay.
Paid-in capital extra par value, yes. Okay, now we learned that in chapter 18. Any other question?